Hear me in the World Vibes Radio. Why they my use ya? Not take no talkie. Be careful of some places where you walk. Some no know God, them no read Bible. Then we shoot you down with them rifle. Do not bring no guns, come to town. It's World Vibes, tell them leave that at home. Them better bring love, come to town. It's I say spread the joy around. World Vibes Radio. And not taking this, Let's go and teach your youth them. Play some good music. Educate them.
Now this is Prophecy, the Judge General out of Jamaica. And whenever I'm on the highways, going through the byways, I always stay in tune to Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans with Joshua. I swear and I honor that I'll find a way to enlighten my people so they can make it through their days. Cause I don't want to see nobody body bags.
Yo, check this out. This is Anthony Cruz, and you don't know it's the Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans with Joshua. Keep it locked, man. Blaze it hot. Anthony Cruz to that.
Look more drums.
Million miles from reality. reggae music, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rockers. Tell me how would you, tell me how would you, just think. Would you like to have the world all to yourself and nobody else but you alone? Would you like it if you have all the gold and space, but alone in this place, not even a sound? Now tell me, how would you feel after using your gun and you kill, and you're the only one that's left on planet Earth? Do you think you could last a day? No music, no kids, and no play. Would you say it's a wonderful world, I'll stay? Or would you, I'd rather come together and stick like a stamp to a letter and make this world much better, trouble-free for you and me? Yeah, yeah. Would you like to have the world all to yourself and nobody else but you alone? Would you like it if you have all the boats and planes, were without end but no friends? Now just imagine you wanna go out dancing, would like a little conversation, but there's no one. You got all the money in the world, well guess what? There's no girl. Can't you see no man is an island? So wouldn't you, I'd rather come together and stick like a stamp to a letter and make this world much better, trouble-free for you and me. Why don't we just come together and stick like a stamp to a letter and make this world much better, trouble-free for you and me? I'm in the
just organize and centralize my people because Babylon now instill malicious and grudge upon my people now. You see the dirty lifestyle, the rest of about it. There's nothing in them system of which they create all around. And they criticize their own hydrant, yeah, they would catch at a straw if they were to drown. They're not different from those squirrels and Pharisees who come around. They lurks in the corners, skylarks on the streets, flirts in the towns. They never do positive. They find a joy making people business their own. Dance a yard before you dance abroad. The high priest tell you that I knew they from God and go get good ways. True grace, of the perch we pass a young gate. You have the good ways, it give you long days. Now take no bribe from not a screw face. Go get good ways, good grace. Perch we pass a young gate. You have some good ways, it give you long days. What do you say? I tell you now, they await your downfall. Figure about talk. Yo, what is that? Greater joy, I come, miss on you, I figure. Have a job won't fill off. When Babylon City, I got down propaganda where them spread becomes a dagger to them heart. Things say them have a secret. The baby reveal it, so them a walk witchcraft out. So them better, so them a close in. Contempt the youth, them where they pass. Every man is equal. Rastafari say, try not on the ungodly part. God and go get it good ways. Long days, birds be pass a young gate. What about your good ways? It give you length of days. Yo, now you taste how you made this taste. Yeah, what? What's them now? I thought about them this, them that. Who slick from who flap, them some ass joke. better know when to stop. Full up a bad mind. Then I want make you want to see your brother drop. Go and have some good ways, true grace. First before you pass, I and get go and have some good ways. It give you long days. Oh, now them chase out them medicine that taste. Good ways, long days. Now let go King Selassie, you no screw face. Good ways, it give you length of days. Now take no bribe from no screw face. Just have some good ways, it give you length of days. Oh, this I want a true fight. I tell you now, there's nothing in the system that they'll create around. Oh, they criticize their own hygiene, yet they would catch at us more. If they
I'm in the forward, pull up that.
Father, it's me again. It's Amari again. It's me again. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Father God, now beg you guide me through the land. This is a prayer, this is more than a song. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Father God, me beg you guide and protect me from the evil out the road where you try to corral me. From all the wicked where you try to backstab me, and the one them where you plot to take my life over vanity. Father God, me beg you watch my family. Protect my friends as I bless my enemies. Me need you more in a this time, cause out the road it just not pretty with the crime. Yeah, yeah. And Father God, me beg you just stand beside me. Every day them just a come at me if you try to derail me. But me thank you every day for the victory. Just a hold on the faith, me now go make them distract me. And me's a youth who hustle hard in the streets, working every day because the wife have to eat. And I must fulfill my destiny. Send your angels in for watch over me. And Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Me say it's sticky, and out the road me say you mucky. And them the youths and nowadays no afraid we make it up. What a pity, I beer guns so lot the city. And round the world I beer calamity. No, it not pretty. And out the road me say it dirty. And every man who run the place like him and John got it. What a pity, no more love no they in the city. So send your love now cause we need it. Oh, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. It's me again. Jehovah, me, I beg you, pick over me with all of your might, Protect me from the evil man, the man where you have the evil plan, the man where you try to equalize. It's me again. Jehovah, me, I beg you, pick over me with all of your might, Protect me from the evil man, the man where you have the evil plan, the man where you try to equalize. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, me, I beg you, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Jehovah, guide me and just protect me from my enemies. Jehovah, shield me from the evil way I bring me. Jehovah, just guide me Oh, Jah, here I and I answer to a cry. Yeah, yeah. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me, bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, yeah. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me, bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me. Ooh, I'm in the midst of strangers, oh Lord. Strangers without love and mercy, strangers without dignity, strangers who don't want to live in harmony. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, yeah. Father, they have dug their pit and are waiting to see me fall in it. Yes, they've got great power, so without your help, I know I suffer. Hear me while I call on you and help me to conquer. Only you are fair. Be with me everywhere. They're trying to see me fall, but with you, Jah, I stand tall. Ooh, yeah. Bless me. Oh, Jah, bless me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, yeah. Why should a man choose to live his life this way, yeah? All you wanna do is fuss and fight every day. Each day you get up, you fuss and quarrel. Oh Lord, dumping your brothers in deep waters and barrels. Sisters informing in sisters, sons murdering mothers. Fathers hate to see the very sight of their own children. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, yeah. Ooh-wee. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, so that they can curse me. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me, yeah. Bless me, mighty Jaja, bless me. I'm in the midst of strangers, oh Lord.
Wishing all the wrongs I've done could be erased.
ups and downs, you'll always be around. Rastafari. And what we say is true. With you I got to be forever, child. With you, oh yeah. And now I know that you're my sword and shield. And all I need is your blessing constantly. Yeah. And you have given me this brand new day. Now I'm ready to start over. Just a blessing to know you. Yeah. With you I got to be forever, Jaja. Oh, yes. Through ups and downs, you'll always be around. Rastafari. And what you say is true. With you I got to be forever, Jaja, yeah. With you, oh, yeah. I've prayed many days and nights to find you. Open up my eyes. To my surprise, you are here. You showed me that you love me. You showed me that you care. And I told you that I needed you. And you said you'd always be here for I. Through ups and downs, you'll always be around. Rastafari. And what you say is true. With you I got to be forever, Jaja, yeah.
Pull it up, and Lego this year one.
Yes, already. My people tell me, are you answers so? Are you ready for celestial show? 'Cause you've been working till you can't work no more to make your soul secure. Yes, you've been praying every day and night that Father Jaja would just shine his light. And though the heathen them are broken light, you still that live upright. Are you prepared to meet thy God and King? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah and King? Are you prepared to meet thy King? All right. Now tell me, brother, is your conscience free? And are you living for eternity? Are you loving humanity, serving the Almighty? Now, sister, tell me if your hands are clean. You take a dip in at the healing stream. The Rastafari, you today find the scene. Eyes cold and green. Are you prepared to meet thy God and King? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah? Are you prepared to meet thy Jah and King? Are you prepared to meet thy King? All right. Yes. Put a little love in your heart and put joy in your mind and your thoughts, and that will take you across. Ooh.
to the Kabbalah man, Luciano, in God and King, on the New Day album by Luciano. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. My name is Joshua. We're here every Tuesday and Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. in Jamaica. What we do here is we share the ancient Israelite knowledge, the teachings Moses received on Mount Sinai, and revealed through sages of the generation of Kabbalah. Kabbalah is based upon the secrets of the 5 books of Moses: Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, otherwise known as the Torah. Kabbalah is a science, it is not a religion. It is what the Creator revealed to Moses to give to the children of Israel so that they will know how to sweeten judgments in this world and how to draw blessings. Judaism is the religion that was formed off of the science of Kabbalah, because the Kabbalah is the why. It is the science behind why Judaism is set up the way it is. Now, a lot of things in Judaism have become cultural and not necessarily a part of the science, yes, but I'm sure some part of the culture was originated from the science. So, for instance, lighting candles on Friday evening before sundown. That has become a custom, but it's because of the science behind the reasons why women are recommended to light candles on Shabbat. The washing of the hands. Yes, some of the rituals that some Israelites do, not all, because only some Jews or Israelites wash their hands the Kabbalistic way. The blessings that you are taught, the Hebrew blessings that you are taught to say when you are doing a particular action, whether it be eating, drinking, putting on a prayer shawl, putting on your seat. Yes, all of these blessings. This science is voice activated. Hence, it is important to understand the things to say. But it is also important to have the right thoughts and the right understanding behind the rituals and the science. The Creator said that the wages of sin is death. Sin is basically missing the mark. What mark is that? The mark of what is proper to do or expedient to do at any given moment. Being selfish or harsh to a person out of anger, where it may not be necessary, is an offense and creates negativity in the world. As simple as that. The scriptures tell us that he who keepeth his mouth keepeth his life, and that the tongue is the most unruly member of the body. Well, why is that? Because words matter. Words matter. And we are approaching a cosmic opening. That's another thing that you will learn when you listen to Kabbalah for Jamaicans, is that these holidays, and one very big one is coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of next week. It is called Rosh Hashana, and it is customarily known as the Jewish New Year. But my friends, it is the beginning of a new cosmic cycle. Yes, it is an annual event that occurs around this time. Never the same day every year, because the days shift. Yes, because this is based upon a lunar and solar calendar. So unlike the Christian religions that occur every year on the same day, it is not so with Judaism. Because, again, the days shift. And I tell you this, Passover will always occur on the 15th day of Aries. Regardless of what day that is in the Gregorian calendar, it will always be the 15th day of Aries. Rosh Hashana will always be the first day of Libra, which is coming up next week, Monday night. But it won't be September 22nd every year, according to the Gregorian calendar. So what matters is the Hebrew calendar. New moons, which occur every month, is a new cycle. In fact, the blessing of the new moon is the first secret that Moses revealed to the Israelites when he went back to Egypt. The first secret was to bless the moon. Why? Because Moses, as per the Creator, wanted to tell the people that this is how you begin to control your destiny. The moon has two cycles. It has a waxing cycle, which are positive days when the moon increases, and a waning cycle, right? Usually a 28-day cycle. 14 days of positive and 14 days of negative. When we observe the new moon energy, we have an opportunity to say to the universe that we want to control our destiny by controlling the seed of the month. That is what we do. That is what the Israelites were taught. And that was the first secret that Moses gave to Israel in Egypt. To the point that the ancient sages disputed and debated whether or not that should have been the first commandment. Imagine that. Because it was the first secret revealed. Now the 10 Sifirot, the 10 commandments, which represent the 10 Sifirot of the Tree of Life, were given to Moses as they're called the 10 utterances, and each one represented a level in the Tree of Life, from Keter to Malchut. The 10 Sfirot, the Tree of Life, is made up of 10 energy forces, energy attributes, called Sfirot. They're spheres of energy. Starting from the top, it's Keter, and flowing downward is Chokmah, Bina, Hesed, Givurah, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Yesod, and the 10th level, Malchut. And that is where we are, in the realm of physicality. The world of physicality exists in the 10th and lowest, most dense level on the Tree of Life, known as Malchut. King David is the biblical character whose life embodied the energy of Malchut. He was king, and he understood how to manifest the energy of a king. He considered himself to be poor, knowing that all that he had came from the Creator. So he emptied himself. David is called a man after God's own heart. The Psalms of David speak of David's trials, his victories, his admiration for the Lord, his love for the Lord. And many of us, I grew up on the Psalms as my prayers. His life in the scriptures was remarkable. We don't know a lot about his younger days and his history from reading the Old Testament. His story is in 1st and 2nd Kings. But there was a movie on Amazon that I highly recommend, and it's called David, simply David. And it is an amazing, amazing drama about the life of young King David. Before he became king, when he was a shepherd, the difficulty he had with his brothers because he was considered an outcast, because his father His mother was a Moabite, was not a Jew, was not an Israelite. And he was considered like the black sheep of the family. Those of you know the story. So that movie David is an amazing, amazing series. It has about maybe 8 programs, 8 shows, and it's called David, and it was on Amazon Prime. So I highly recommend it. Try and see if you can find it. Actually, you can even find pieces of it on YouTube. So I highly recommend that you watch that. It's called David. And again, David represents the level of Malchut, manifestation. These are the things that you would learn because it is important. The science of Kabbalah is all about energy, how to attract energy, how to harness energy, and how to protect yourself against negative energy. That is the system, that is the wisdom of Kabbalah. And what's coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the beginning of the new year. It's called Rosh Hashana, in which the whole universe is judged. All of mankind is judged, whether or not you believe it, or accept it, or acknowledge it, or not. Right? See, Israel were given the secrets. The secrets of how to take advantage of the cosmic cycle. All of the laws that are in the Old Testament, mainly Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, yes, and some in Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy is really just a repeat of the first 3 books. I mean, the second 3 books. I should say 2, 3, and 4. Because Moses doesn't appear until Exodus, right? Doesn't appear in Genesis at all. Moses appears in Genesis 1. And it's interesting that the 5 first books of the Old Testament are called the 5 books of Moses. And I've asked a lot of my Christian friends, you ever wonder why? Because basically what Christianity did was replace Moses with Jesus. Yes, and tell us that we don't have to live by law anymore, but just believe in the works of Jesus Christ and you shall be saved. Well, my friends, that is less than half of the story, okay? Less than half. And just today I was mentioning to someone that Jamaica is in the Guinness World Book of Records because we have the most churches per square mile than any country in the world. Imagine that. The Guinness World Book of Records. Look it up. Jamaica is in the Guinness World Book of Records because we have the most churches per square mile than any other country in the world. But then I ask, how effective are the Christian churches? Because Jamaica too many times has found itself on the top 10 list of crime-ridden countries. The economy is not getting better for more than half of the people in the country, right? Only a certain percentage is getting better for. Economic conditions are decreasing, right? Crime is on the rise because people are hungry and angry. Yes? Just the other day, a man killed a store owner because he did shot $200 for buy some eggs and the man wouldn't sell it to him. 200 Jamaican dollars. And the man shoot him. Kill him. People are angry. And people have every right to be angry, quite honestly. Okay? Because those in power now do the right thing. Look all around the world and you see that. Especially over in Gaza, what Israel is doing to Gaza. It's not right. It's not right at all. No matter how you look on it. Yes, I know Hamas is hiding amongst the people, but there's got to be a better way. Got to be a better way. So, we're here to take advantage of the science that has been revealed. I have been studying this for 19 years, practicing this for 19 years. Been a part of the Kabbalah Center in New York. And I'm so thankful for the environment that the Kabbalah Center has provided, has created, and the wisdom that they disseminate and teach. Yes? And I understand that, I mean, it's amazing the environment that they have created for us. an environment where we can practice our faith, where we can learn, where we can connect to the energy, where we can learn to transform our ego, where we can hear things that we would never hear anywhere else, quite honestly. And bring us closer to the actual energy of the Creator through the wisdom, through the knowledge of the Hebrew letters, through the tool of the Zohar, which is a compilation of conversations between rabbis, which helps us to connect to the energy of the Torah. Without the Zohar, we would not be able to connect to the energy of the Torah. The Zohar explains to us, it expounds on certain verses in the scriptures, in the 5 books of Moses. It expounds upon certain concepts like Shabbat, or circumcision, or charity. Describes what we should be doing on the holidays, which are cosmic openings. These cosmic openings are being revealed for our benefit. These rituals that we are taught are for our benefit. And what it teaches us is that our destiny truly is in our own hands. But without the help of the universe, we will not be able to accomplish it. And the teachings of Kabbalah give us an amazing opportunity to get it right, where we can transform our ego, we can tap into abundance, we can tap into blessings, we can tap into health, right relationships, yes, and the ability to help others. Paul in Romans, in the New Testament, Romans 8:19 says, "For all creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God." Yes? All creation is waiting for the manifestation of the sons of God. Who are the sons of God? Well, Christianity makes it appear as if Jesus was the only Son of God, because he is represented as the only begotten Son of God. I'm still waiting to understand what that word begotten means, right? But the doctrine of Christianity portrays Jesus as the only Son of God. And the Son, for it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish but shall never die." Right? That's a big part of the doctrine of Christianity. So again, I say, how effective have the churches been in our country? Ralph Berg, he always used to say, how long are you going to keep betting on a losing horse? Yeah? How long? Because of tradition? Because it's what we were taught by our parents? Because what we've known all our life? Well, if it's not working for you, try something else. Try something else. So, Kabbalah is that something else, my friends. Let me tell you. And I have studied many spiritual philosophies, many different doctrines. I've practiced Buddhism, I've practiced Hinduism, and I've learned many, many great things in both of those sciences. Many. And being a young Christian, becoming a Bible student very early, grew up in a household where I saw my grandmother with a Bible on her knee, and my mother was a very strong woman of faith. It was I read the Old Testament and the Psalms and the Proverbs. I learned a lot of how to be a man out of the scriptures. The Proverbs, the Psalms were my basic prayer tool. And then understanding the stories, understanding timelines, understanding the various characters in the scriptures, their lives. And what Kabbalah does is it helps us to understand the deeper hidden meaning of their lives and the things that they did. And the laws, the statutes, the ordinances, and the rituals that the Creator revealed in the chapters of the Old Testament. So that's what we do here. This is Kabbalah for Jamaicans. And as I mentioned, coming up on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday is the beginning of a new cosmic cycle. It is a time that we are taught, it has been revealed that we can start our life anew. We can get a new life. But it requires change on our part. It requires introspection. We are in what is called the 30 days of repentance. We are now at day 28. I think there are 2 days left. Matter of fact, tomorrow night, if I'm not mistaken, is the first day of creation. Let's see if I check my calendar here. Oh, no, tonight. Tonight is the 25th day of Virgo. Tonight is the first day of creation, my friends. How do we know that? Because 6 days from now is the day when man was born, on the 6th day of creation. And 6 days from now is Rosh Hashana, the first day of Libra. So count 6 days back from then, and it's the 25th day of Elul, 25th day of Virgo. That's tonight, the first day of creation, cosmically. So what does that mean to us? When the Kabbalists reveal these things to us, what does it mean to us? What should it mean to us? Well, again, it's all about energy. It's about tapping into seed level. What does the first day of creation mean? It was the beginning. It was a fierce beginning. And we can tap into the energy of the first day of creation. So with that knowledge, with that understanding, we can plant seeds. And what we've been instructed to do in these 30 days of repentance, 30 days before the first day of Libra, we are recommended to do deep introspection and to look within, to apologize to people for the wrongs we may have done, because we don't want to go into the holiday, we don't want to go into this new cosmic cycle with judgments upon us. And the Creator says, those mistakes that you've forgotten, those mistakes that you have forgotten and have not apologized for, I will remember. But the ones that you remember and you apologize to those people for with sincerity are the ones that I will forget. So depending on your ability to do deep introspection, to apologize to those who you may need to, and to make a determination that you want to change. You really want to change. Yes? With that mindset, you can enter into the cosmic opening with a better chance of getting that better life. And that's the truth, my friends. And that's what's available coming up this week, this next week. We're going to be streaming the Kabbalah Center's live connection using a Zoom link. So if you're interested in observing this and listening and watching, because it is video, you can give me a call on my WhatsApp. My number is country code +1 516 965 5700. That's country code +1 516 965 5700. Now, to assist us in that preparation for next week, I was been playing for the last 3 weeks videos that talk about this time, this opportunity that we have. And I'm going to continue tonight with another lecture pertaining to this. And okay. Right, and this one will be Michael Berg. Let's see. Okay, this one's very short. This one is 4 minutes. And let's see what he says about eliminating the job of the opponent. All right, let's see what Michael Berg says here. Okay. Let me just make sure I'm sharing this to our YouTubers. Okay.
I don't like to share personal miracle stories, but this one has to do with all of you, so I'll share it. I mentioned last night, Monica and I were talking about fear, that the way that I process any type of challenge is that I go to the worst case scenario, know that if that's what happens, it's from the Creator, and then I'm okay with it. I forgot that my daughter Miriam was sitting in the audience and listening. So last night at 12:30 last night, as I'm trying to go to sleep, she comes over to me and she says, you know, what was the recent thing that happened that you accepted that it would be the worst case scenario? So there's a few things, I'll share one with you. So as Monica mentioned, the month before Elul, every year, I blow the shofar because I want to be ready for the blowing of the shofar. And usually, in years past, when I come to Rosh Hashana, it's very similar to the blowing, which goes relatively smoothly. Yesterday, when I was about to start the blowing of the shofar, I became very weak, and I had no strength. I forget about blowing the shofar. I wasn't sure I'd be able to stand. I was like making, okay, so what's going to happen? Maybe, and it reminded me that about a week and a half before Rosh Hashana, I'm blowing the shofar, and suddenly it's very, very difficult. And then I say to myself, so my worst case scenario is maybe I just forgot how to blow the shofar. And then I say, well, that's a kind of a problem because you have a few thousand people coming and you have to blow the shofar. What's worst case scenario? Okay, it's going to take about 10 hours. And somehow, I have no idea how, because I can't blow the shofar. I literally can't blow the shofar. So then this goes on for a few days, and then I realize this is not my shofar. So I call up one of the chevra and I say, chevra, do you know where my shofar is? So they look all over the center. They can't find my shofar. It's a shofar the Rav used for years. It's a shofar that I used for years. They can't find my shofar. And again, I think start thinking worst case scenario. Okay, I won't have my shofar. I won't have the Rav shofar. I won't know how to blow this new shofar. But it'll take us 10 hours. Somehow we'll get through it. And then I come here yesterday, and I had never had a more difficult blowing of the shofar. And then today as well, I have never, now I am using the Rav shofar and I am using my shofar, but I have never had a more difficult time in blowing the shofar. Why am I sharing all of this? And by the way, the only way, when that thought came to me, when I had no strength yesterday, there's a verse that came to mind, a saying. We know that it says that the blowing of the shofar is not meant to be done by us. It's meant to be done by the breath of the Creator. And it says in the Zohar, man de nafach midilei nafach. And the blowing will be from the mouth of the Creator, from the essence of the Creator. So yesterday, as I was not able to blow the shofar, I kept repeating in my mind that verse. Man de nafach midilei nafach, that is the Creator blowing the shofar. One more part of the story is that before I become to Rosh Hashana, of course, I study from the writings of the Kabbalists and I prepare certain things that I want to share. There's one thing that I was going to share this year, but I decided it was too dangerous to share. And that is, and we'll go into the details of it, maybe next year, maybe throughout this year, but we know the purpose of the shofar is kras satan. to break the force of Satan from our lives, from the world. It says in the Talmud that as we start blowing the shofar, Bahil, Satan gets scared. Are these people going to connect in the way that will make my job over? Maybe this is the time, Satan says to himself. So if there's a time that we can, Bezat Hashem, connect, that this is the year that we opened it with the Satan being scared. It's the year that we did not blow the shofar, but Bezat Hashem, the Creator, blew the shofar from us. Man de nafach midilei nafach, the breath of the Creator entered us. And as it says, Kol shana shehi rasha betchilata, every year that begins with challenge and difficulty, hi ashira besofa, it is filled with an abundance of light and blessings in the rest of the year. So Bezat Hashem, I bless all of us that we have been successful. We have been successful in scaring Satan. We have been successful in kras Satan and ripping up the force of Satan from our world, and that our year, because of the work that we will continue to do together and individually, Bezat Hashem, this will be the year that the Satan runs away and his job is completely over, and bila mavet lanetzach, and death and pain and suffering is completely removed from our world. Shana Tova.
So here, Michael Berg introduced, for those of you who are listening for the first time and do not know, the shofar is the horn, the ram's horn that is used on the first 2 days of Rosh Hashana to sweeten judgment, right? And to remove judgment, not just sweeten it, but to remove judgment from our lives. Let me play this other lecture from Michael and see if he says more about, because I won't have a program on Tuesday or Wednesday, so this will be our last program before Rosh Hashana. So I want to give you guys the most information as possible so that you can be prepared if you decide to participate, to listen, to connect, make the connection. Call me, country code +1 516 965 5700. Yes, if you're interested, and we'll get you the Zoom link, and it's at no cost to you. At no cost to you. So let me do this. Let me start this for you.
My desire is not only to share with all of you the most important, I was going to say consciousness, but what we're talking about today, different than maybe any other time of the year, is that the purpose of these teachings are to put us in a different world, And therefore it was important for me that we not only have, as I'm sharing it, the information, it will be on the screen, it will be on the page in front of you, but I strongly, strongly recommend that throughout this day and into tomorrow, you delve more deeply into these words and these meditations, these elevation of consciousness. Done right, you will use these 4 tools that we're going to share today, these 4 meditations, to bring yourself into a new reality, at least for the next 48 hours. To begin with, I have to say, every time I look out into the room, I am overwhelmed with appreciation for every single one of you, because, as we shared, I need every single one of you, as you need every single one of the other community members and friends that are here with us. Because what we must accomplish in these 48 hours is nothing less than the essence of our life. And therefore, I want to once again awaken from myself to you, and hopefully from you to everybody else here, a great appreciation for the fact that we've all come together with the same desire And not just for ourselves, for others, for those around us, for our communities all over the world, and for our world. Before we begin, I had this thought last night. Many people spend, at different times, a lot of time, effort, and money to go to experts. The person's having a medical issue. He or she needs to go to the expert in that field. The person's having a financial issue. He or she goes to the expert in that field. The person has a relationship issue. He goes to Monica Berg, the expert in that field. A person has, yeah, we could clap, why not? A person has an issue. He goes to a lawyer, he goes to his finance person, and so on and so forth. Sometimes people are in desperate need. They go to people who are considered healers. Sometimes they go to people who are considered miracle workers. And not to denigrate any of those, certainly not the most important one that I mentioned, Monica. But today, you are able to bring yourself to a state that is much more powerful than any expert, than any miracle worker. Think about, again, if you had time this past year where you did have to or desired to invest time, effort, money, to travel, to go, to be with somebody somewhere that you felt could really, really help you in something that was very important to you. What we can accomplish today and tomorrow is much, much more powerful in unbelievable orders of magnitude, more than any single person that you will think that you will need it or that you will need. I want, certainly for myself, but for every single one of us, to be elevated to an appreciation of what is available. So, if we think about the day of Rosh Hashana, there's really one verse, one biblical verse, that holds within it the secret of what we are desiring to accomplish. As it says in the story of creation of man, Vayitzer Hashem Elokim et ha'adam afar min ha'adama. The Creator created man from the earth. And this is the most important part. Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim. The Creator breathed into man the spirit of life. Vayhi ha'adam lenefesh chaya. And man became a living being. So, again, those of us, if you've read this before, if you heard this before, you know, it's an interesting anecdote about how the Torah tells us man maybe was created. And as the Kabbalists teach, this verse was not important for a historical story of the creation of man, which could have happened in many other ways. This verse is the secret of today. The secret of today. As Nari reminds us, today, which is the sixth day of creation in the biblical story, is when man is created, when we are created. And the creation process is one thing, and one thing alone. It is the Creator breathing into you and into me the spirit of life, and we become a new living being. I want to add a very important understanding to this process. One that, as I was studying it, preparing for Rosh Hashana, made me very happy, but also, again, where our consciousness needs to be. It says, if you read the verse, Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim, that the Creator, the creative force of the world breathed into you and me today, nishmat chayim, the breath of life, the spirit of life. We are referring here to the Creator's nishmat chayim, the spirit of life. What is the Torah? What is the Creator trying to tell us when he uses that very interesting phrase, Nishmat Chaim, the spirit of the Creator's life was breathed into us, and then we became a living spirit, the living being. The Kabbalists teach that breath is the one thing we cannot do without. We can go for some time without food, we can go for some time without water, we can go for some time without sleeping. Unfortunately, we could go for some time without feeling love from other people, and so on and so forth. There's only one thing that is at the core of our physical and spiritual being: breath. When we talk about the Creator's breath, the Creator's Nishmat Chaim, what we are saying is that we are the Creator's life. We are the Creator's spirit of life. We are the Creator's Nishmat Chaim. The Creator cannot be without us. So it is not simply that today, and we need to experience this, the Creator is breathing into you and into me a new spirit, new life, new breath, physical, spiritual. But where it's coming from, it's important that we appreciate this, from the depth of the Creator's spirit. Because just like man cannot live without breath, so too the Creator cannot be without me, without you. We are the Nishmat Chaim. We are the Creator's breath of life. From that place, the Creator is investing us with a new spirit. And I hope this is very clear, because if you appreciate that, the Creator isn't just, oh, it's Rosh Hashana, there's a few people in the world who understand what's available, let me give them let me give them a new life, new spirit, new physical and spiritual elevation. It's from a much deeper place of love, of the Creator saying to you and to me, do you know why I need you to be receiving, to be open, to be receiving a new spirit today? Because I need you. You are my life's breath. You are my Nishmat Chaim. Think about yourself in that context, in those words. We're all, hopefully in one way or another, desiring to connect to the light of the Creator. And even as we come to Rosh Hashanah, we desire to receive Vayipach be'apav Nishmat Chaim, the new breath of life into a new being, as we often remind ourselves. But if you don't know where it's coming from and the depth of the light of the Creator from which it's coming, you're missing a lot. When you woke up this morning, did you realize that the Creator is coming to you and to me and saying, you are my breath of life. You are my Nishmat Chaim. And because of that, from that depth of love, of connection, Vayipach be'apav, I need you to be open, to be able to receive the gift of a new life, of an elevated life. If you don't know where it's coming from, if you think again, I do ask you to deeply think about this. Yeah, of course, there's billions of people over the world. There's those who are spiritually awakened. There's those who understand the opportunity of Rosh Hashanah. We all come, yes, we want to receive. Wrong. The Creator is coming to you individually and to me individually and saying, you are my Nishmat Chaim. I need you. I need you. Because you are the breath of my life. And from that place of deep connection and love, Vayipach be'apav, the Creator breathes into us. How much love, how much desire, how much depth, to the breath that the Creator is investing into every single one of us today, individually. And you have to see it like that. Throughout this day, there should be one thought. Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim, the Creator is investing me with new life, but not just because I'm another person desiring it, but because I am the Creator's nishmat chayim. I am the breath of life of the Creator. We all, B'ezrat Hashem, hopefully in our lives, have relationships that are akin to this. They remind us of what it means to love somebody so desperately. You need them. You don't just love them. There's a lot of people, hopefully, we love. And there's a lot of people with whom which we share. But how many people in our lives, and hopefully we've tasted this, that they are our life's breath. We must have them. We must have their love. We must have their connection. This is the awakening today from the Creator to me, to you, to each one of us. You have to know it. The great awakening of love that is signified by those words, Nishmat Chaim, the Creator tells you and me, I need you. You are my life's breath. Now, of course, we're not necessarily referring to the me that was last year. Because when the Creator says, you are to me, or to you, and to you, you are like my life's breath, He means you, the real you. The one that is, hopefully, on this Rosh Hashana, receiving a whole new level of being from the breath of the Creator into you. That's the you that the Creator cannot be without. That is the you that is the life's breath of the Creator. So this is where we begin our consciousness today. Two parts. Throughout this day, and I strongly recommend, as I said, not just now and not just during the blowing of the shofar, which represents, of course, the Creator's breath, but throughout the 48 hours, just be receiving. Say these words over and over again. Vayipach be'apav, the Creator is breathing into me. New, new, new. Why? Where is it coming from? From what part of creation? From what part of the creative force? Because I am going to be this year the true me, and therefore the Creator desperately needs me. I am the Nishmat Chaim. When you receive from the creative force of this world, from the Creator, from the place of deep love of the Creator towards me, of deep need of the Creator for me, but the real me, then you're able to receive Vayhi ha'adam lenefesh chaya, a real we. Most of us, again, I often want to be careful not to denigrate too many of us, but most of us have not lived yet. Vayhi ha'adam lenefesh chaya. This year, we want to become truly, truly alive. Truly that part of us that the Creator desperately needs, that version of our life, that version of ourselves that the Creator needs. Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim, the Creator is coming to every single one of us today, desiring to invest us with unlimited light and life. Why? Because we are the nishmat chayim, we are the life breath of the Creator. And when you receive it from that place of love, of connection, deep connection to the light of the Creator, then Vayehi ha'adam lenefesh chaya, we will become a living, a true, really live this year in our greatest light, in our greatest blessing, in our greatest force. That's the first consciousness with which we begin. And in order to awaken it, and as I said, I really hope that we take the time not just to hear it now, but to delve deeply into this consciousness, into this world. I want all of us together. I want, with the consciousness that we shared, I want all of us to yell out this verse together with the consciousness that we shared together. Vayitzer Adonai Elohim et ha'adam afar min ha'adama Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim vayihi ha'adam lenefesh chaya. Bezrat Hashem. So now, the next world that we want to elevate into, the next consciousness we want to awaken, is what does it mean that over the next 48 hours we're going to be receiving that life breath from the need, from the love of the Creator for me, the desperate need. So there's a explanation in the Torah of what happened at Mount Sinai. Some of you might know that the light of Sinai is awakened as well on Rosh Hashana. And the vision of Sinai was a very both unique and powerful one. It says, "Vahi kishomachem et hakol mitoch hachoshech." We heard the voice out of the darkness, which is what happens, Bezrat Hashem, to us on Rosh Hashanah as well. Batomru, and the Israelites came to Moses, to the Creator, and they said, Hen eranu Hashem Elokeinu et kvodo. As occurs on Rosh Hashanah, the Creator is showing to us His great power and force and light. Ve'et godlo, and the greatness of what it means to be truly receiving of the breath of the Creator. Ve'et kolo shamanu, and we heard the voice of the Creator. And again, the hearing is both the shofar, but it's also an internal hearing and awakening. Ra'inu, we saw, we experienced, ki yedaber Elokim et ha'adam v'chai, that it's possible, but more important, that when God speaks to man, when the Creator truly connects, well, more importantly, when we receive that connection from the Creator, v'chai, you become alive. And then they say, ki mi kol basar, who, even on Rosh Hashanah where we speak about it, but who has heard Kol Elohim Chaim Medaber Mitoch Ha'esh, the life force, the live voice of the Creator. Kamonu, like us today, Vayechi, and we will be alive. This is what happens today. There is that unbelievably powerful call from the Creator to you and to me. And then what happens? If we receive it, as we spoke about before, we become alive. What does it mean to become alive? How will you know? How will I know that I've accomplished the task of Rosh Hashanah? What am I going to experience? What's going to change about my life? What's going to be the most obvious difference in the life that I live? If I make, Bezrat Hashem, and we will make the proper connection and elevation and life on Rosh Hashanah. So the great Kabbalist, the great Spanish Kabbalist, the Ramban, Nachmanides, says the following. What does it mean to hear the living voice of the Creator and to become alive? She'ashomea kol Elohim, when you hear, when you connect, as you cannot connect in any other day of the year, as you can on Rosh Hashanah, but if and when you connect, She'imo mekor ha'chaim, you connect to the source of all life. Tidbak nafsho biyesoda, you cleave, you attach yourself, you become connected to your source, the source of all life. Velo tichye od chaim besarim, and you can no longer live a low physical existence. If you truly receive, which hopefully, as I said, we will be meditating the whole day, that we are receiving a true connection of the breath, of life, of the elevation. What's the practical reality that's going to happen, that's going to change? There are going to be things that yesterday you were okay to deal with, to involve yourself in, that today you're going to say, that is so low for me. Really? This being that is connected to the source of all life, I'm going to busy myself with that stupidity? I'm going to busy myself with that garbage? I'm going to busy myself with that stupid ego? I can't. From where I am, from the connection that I have, it's not possible. It's not that I'm making a decision, we learn in Kabbalah 1, that you shouldn't be reactive. We learn in Kabbalah 1, you shouldn't be angry. We learn in Kabbalah 1 that ego isn't good. Beautiful, beautiful. You have to keep reminding yourself, right? It's not what we're talking about. That's not what's available to us today. If we make the connection on Rosh Hashana, it's not going to be possible. If you receive the new spirit of life, truly, you can't. As the Ramban, the great Kabbalah says, Lo tichye od chaye besarim. It's not possible. You feel the elevation. You feel that deep connection with the light of the Creator. It's not a lesson that you live. It's a reality that you can't live without. So what does it mean? How do you know? What do you want to ask for? What do I want to ask for today? That the spirit of the light of the Creator is so invested within me, as we said before, by Hi ha'adam lenefesh chaya. What does it mean to become alive? It means that you realize how impossible it is to go back to that life. How impossible it is to get angry or disappointed about the stupid things that yesterday we thought were really important. But today it's so obvious. I am connected to the Yesod HaChaim. I am connected to the source of all life. I am in such an elevated state. You couldn't convince me to get angry about those things, to be disappointed about those stupidities that yesterday were so important and upset me and disappointed me and made me angry and made me worried. Mi kol basar, any living being, asher shama kol Elohim chayim, that hears, that connects on Rosh Hashana to the source of life, kamonu vayechi, like us today, we will become alive. And what does it mean to be alive? Anybody who connects to the Makor HaChaim, anybody who truly takes the opportunity that is available to every single one of us on Rosh Hashanah and connects to the source of life. Tidbak nafsho biyesoda, our soul, our spirit, this new spirit will be so bonded to the source, to the Creator. Velo tichye od chaye besarim. It will be impossible. It will be impossible to go back to the garbage of yesterday. This is how you know. This is what you have to ask for. This is what I am asking for. I am asking to hear the voice. I am asking to be lidbok biyesod ha'chaim, to bond myself to the source of life. And then, how will I know? What is my life going to be like? I will not abide yesterday's garbage. I will not be able to fall to the silliness of yesterday. I am attached to the Yesod HaChaim. I have heard the voice of the Creator. I am attached to that spirit. I can't. I simply can't. So this is the second consciousness, and I want all of us, ki mikol basar, for those who are, and what we're asking for as we say these words, first that we understand what we want to achieve today. We want to achieve this deep connection to the source of life, that we can no longer live the silliness of yesterday. Asher shama el kol Elokim, once we hear the voice, once we connect on Rosh Hashanah, as we can and we should and we will, you can no longer live the silly life. You become truly alive, maybe for the first time. Vayechi, we become alive. So we will say together as loud as you can, Ki, mi, kol, basar, asher, shama, kol, Elohim, Chaim, Medaber, Mitoch, Haesh, Kamonu, Vayechi. Now, the last word we're going to yell out again. Again, this is the new life, right? The one that will be impossible for us to go back to the silliness of yesterday. Yell out together, Vayechi. Now, Once we begin this elevation, we're receiving from the life breath of the Creator a new life, a new spirit, and we, because of that, are in a state where we cannot go back to the silliness of yesterday. What can be received? What is available to us? So it says in the connections, and those of you, by the way, I know many of you have been here for many years, some of you it's your first connection with us. There are parts of the connections I strongly recommend learning, both if you're here reading the translation. And there's one section that I want to mention. Because really, hopefully it's obvious from what we're sharing now, but Rosh Hashanah is all about this unbelievable revelation that is available to every single one of us. You know, in the history of the world, every once in a while, there was one person who got this unbelievable revelation from God, right? There's Moses, and throughout the history, there's prophets, and so on and so forth. Today, you and I can receive more than any of the greatest prophets ever received. It is a day of revelation. It is a day of revelation. And what? So, okay, I understand that I will meditate for the next 48 hours on the Spirit, that I am the creative Spirit of life, and and I'm receiving a new life. And I can no longer, because of that, I become connected to the source of life. I can no longer go back to the silliness of yesterday. That will be my reality. And what do I draw down from this revelation? Bekolot uvrakim alehem nigleta. The light of the Creator is revealed to us in the voice. Ubekol shofar alehem hofata. And from the voice of the shofar, which represents the revelation of this day, everything we spoke about until now that we will speak about became revealed. The word that we use and the word that is used in the Torah and in other places of the revelation, the word hofata is used. Hofata. Hofata represents something unexpected. You know, maybe many of us came to Rosh Hashana with a list of desires, with vessels, desires for certain things. But the truth of Rosh Hashanah, yes, all the things that we ask for, life and health and sustenance and children and relationships. But really, 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 that would be a waste. If I asked any one of you before Rosh Hashanah, if you come to Rosh Hashanah and you make your connection, you will have all the sustenance you need, all the relationships you need, you want. You will have all the life and health that you want. Would you be satisfied? You would have, if I promised you, if I guaranteed that if you make the connection, you'll have all the sustenance that you need and want, all the relationship and love that you want, and all the life and health that you want. Would you be satisfied? I think many of us would have said yes, right? Wrong. Wrong. That would be a waste. That would be a waste of Rosh Hashanah. Of course, we ask for that as well in Bezrat Hashem, through our connections together in unity and work. We're going to achieve that, but that's not what today is about. Today is about Ubekol shofar ale mofata, to receive what is so far both beyond our comprehension and beyond our desires. We mention this often, but it's certainly worth reawakening this truth on Rosh Hashanah. We live such small lives, and even our greatest desires are so much smaller than the truth of life for us, as it should be. And certainly for what we need to be receiving. I often have these conversations with many of our friends and students. You know, what are we asking for? How are we preparing for Rosh Hashanah? And of course, as we said before, yes, of course, you have your list and you have your desires. And we do mention it in the literal readings. Bane, chaye, mizone, relationships, children, life, health, sustenance, of course. Bekol shofar ale mofata. The power of Rosh Hashanah is to reveal so far beyond, in all areas, In Kabbalah, we know the ultimate purpose, we call it the Gemara Tikkun, the end of the correction. The removal of pain, suffering, and death. There is no other time of the year. There is no other time of the year that we can draw the blessings so far beyond, not only for ourselves, more importantly for our world. There are 2 days of the year that this is available. Much, much more difficult to access throughout the rest of the year. That which is beyond. That's why many of us know we're going to be reading the story of a pregnancy that was impossible in the reading. Because impossible simply means that what you need to draw from it is beyond. Maybe some of us are in situations that are impossible. Maybe we know people. I know that I do, and I'm sure many of you know people who are in situations that are impossible. The one day of the year, the 48 hours of Rosh Hashana, that you can draw from beyond to correct the impossible. You have to know that. You have to keep your consciousness there for 48 hours. I and you are not here simply. Of course, simply is a small word, big word, for the blessing of sustenance and life and family. But that's not what Rosh Hashanah is about. Rosh Hashanah, the gift of Rosh Hashanah, the opportunity of Rosh Hashanah is Bekol Shofar Aleh Mofata, a sudden revelation of what is beyond. For ourselves, for those that we know, for our world, the real solutions are not great light. The real solutions are from beyond. Light, again, that is inaccessible any other time of the year except on Rosh Hashanah. So we asked before, what are we drawing with the consciousness we spoke about until now? Bekol shofar aleh mofata. We want, we desire, we will receive for ourselves, certainly for those that we know that are in an impossible situation. Our world is in an impossible situation. It will not be solved with great light. It will not be solved with great work. To solve the impossible, you need the light that is beyond. You need Bekol shofar aleh mofata. You need a revelation of something from beyond, and that can be achieved almost only, but certainly much more easily on the day of Rosh Hashanah. And that's what our vessel needs to be. That's what our vessel needs to be. Yes, it starts with Banei Chaye Umezone. It starts with relationships and children and sustenance and health and life. It doesn't end there. What I want all of us to open ourselves up to be desiring in all of our connections, Bekol Shofar Haleh Mofata, that the light of Rosh Hashanah will reveal to you and to me and to those who need it in impossible situations. New light from beyond what is possible to fix the impossible. For ourselves, for those that we know who need it, and for our world. And to awaken that light, I want exactly on the screen, hopefully we have those words. We're going to yell it out together. And as we yell it out, and hopefully you will be meditating and saying these words over and over and over again throughout the connection and throughout the next 48 hours to draw, because now that we have the new spirit, now that we're connected to the source of life, now we can awaken light for the impossible, light for what is beyond. So we will yell together, awakening this light for ourselves, for those who we know need, who are in an impossible situation, and for our world together. Uvekol, louder, shofar, alem, hofata. Bezrat Hashem, we should have the zchut, we should have the merit to awaken together this light into the impossible from beyond. And the fourth, I know usually we try to keep it to 3, but it's Rosh Hashanah, so there's a fourth. But you haven't heard it yet, so I don't know if you should clap. It's a good one. It's a good one. What's the fourth world? And as I said, we are elevating into worlds. We are not learning. We are not sharing. We are hopefully elevating our consciousness into new worlds. Once you have the new spirit of life, from Vayipach Be'apav Nishmat Chaim, the Creator breathed into us a new life. And you're receiving it from the life, from the knowledge that the Creator needs you and loves you in such a deep way. And that's where the new breath is coming into you, the new spirit. And you know, therefore, you're able to draw the light from beyond. What is our job then? When man was first created in the story of creation, what was the purpose? The purpose the Kabbalists teach was for Adam and Eve, from humanity, to turn to all of creation, to all of nature, to the physical world, to the spiritual world, and let's go and connect to the light of the Creator. That was the purpose of the creation of man, to bring a unification to creation. In the first 5 days of creation, disparate things, nature and animals were created. And then on the sixth day, on Rosh Hashana, man was created, but created and invested in everything we spoke about until now, that I hope we all remember. What purpose? Not just to have a great life, to have a blessed life, but to act as the unifying force for creation. To breathe that breath that we now have into all things, and to create a unity within our world. But we failed. Man fell. We fell. We have the world as we see it now. So separate, so hateful, so dark, so diseased, so filled with death. Simply because we fail to take the breath of life and invest it into all of being. Just as the Creator invests us today and invested us from the beginning with the breath of life for a singular purpose. Take that breath, the Creator says to you and to me and to Adam and Eve and to every human being that ever lived, and invest new life into the dark world that exists. The same Vayipach Be'apav Nishmat Chaim, the same investment of life that the Creator is giving me, the reason why He's giving me, and He so desperately needs it, and I am His life breath, and He is giving me the revelation of the light from beyond, because that I need to go into our world and to every single person that I meet and invest them with the spirit of life. And ultimately, when enough people are awakened with their own spirit of life, which most of us, as we said before, don't have, but now that we will, and that we understand its purpose is to take it to the world, to breathe, and this is the work of Rosh Hashana, to breathe new life into every single person we come in contact with, into our world. That is the ultimate purpose. Our world is so dark. You know, the Kabbalists teach that when we come into this world, each one of us individually, our eyes see the Creator. I mentioned this, I think, on Shabbat, but there's a reason why babies, when they're first born, they're not hungry. You know, we think it's because, they had sustenance in the womb. But the truth is because they see the Creator. When you're with the Creator, nothing else interests you. And then what happens? Because they hear the Creator as well. We. Right? 51 years ago, my eyes were perfect, my ears were perfect, I only saw the Creator, I only heard the Creator. And then what happened? And then our eyes, our ears, our soul becomes layered, weighted down, so that after whatever amount of years, Our eyes don't see, our ears don't hear, our heart does not feel, our soul is not alive. I was reading this, and I want to share this with you. The Creator is questioning creation today. And these are a few of the questions that are being asked of you, of me, of our world. The original intent was for man to be living with the spirit of the Creator and investing all of creation with love and light, so that a unification obviously comes into being. Instead, we fell. Instead, up until this Rosh Hashana, we continue to fall. Ego, desire to receive for the self alone, hatred, anger, silliness, as we spoke about before. And the Creator asks the world, there's a voice, that voice we spoke about before, is also asking important questions. And when I read this, it resonated with me and Bezat Hashem with all of us, that we have to answer these questions today. כמה כבר הספיקו בני האדם להתקלף ולהיטהר מאותה זוהמה נורא של חטא הקדמון? How much have we collectively, individually, been able to remove from ourselves the darkness from the first fall and from all the fall and failures that came after that? כמה כבר הספיקו בני האדם ללמוד מן האמת האלוקית? How much have I and you and the world learned from the supernal wisdom of the Creator? כמה כבר הוארו מוחם וליבם מאור השם? How much has my mind and heart and soul been filled with the light of the Creator? And most importantly, when you ask these questions and you realize, both individually and collectively, I don't want to say not at all, not nearly enough. We have layers and layers and layers and layers upon our eyes, upon our ears, upon our hearts, upon our souls. We're not alive because of that. Our job, and this is what I want all of us to both accept and beg the Creator to give me the strength to live it. Why am I here? I am not here to simply, and I say here both in Rosh Hashana, but I meant in life. I am not here simply to receive the Vayipach Be'apav Nishmat Chaim, to receive the breath of life from the Creator and be so connected that I am blessed with, as we said before, Banei, Chaye, Mezone, with children and relationships and sustenance and health and life. I am here. Vayhi ha'adam lenefesh chaya. I need to become the life breath of the world. I need to be investing every single person that I meet and our world as a whole with a new spirit, just like I am being filled. This is our task. To receive the breath from the Creator and then know that the singular reason was to invest it with the rest of creation. To finally bring an end to the darkness and the disease and the death and the wars that exist in our world. That is the singular purpose we exist. In whatever way we can, but you have to know that. And by the way, if you don't ask for that on Rosh Hashana, Chas v'shalom, a person's not going to be alive. I don't mean physically. Physically, I don't know if you can say that, but the world goes on, right? But that's not what we're talking about. Vayhi ha'adam lenefesh chaya, a truly alive being is a being that feels from Rosh Hashana onward the breath of the Creator coming into him, into her, and then feels, oh my God, there is so much. I now am going to take this breath, this light, and invest it in all of creation. That is why I am alive. That is the only reason I am alive. To have life, a person could be an animal. All the things, to have sustenance, a person can be an animal. To be a human being, to be a nefesh chaya, to be alive means one thing, that I know that the reason I am woken up in the morning and I receive from Rosh Hashana and into every single day that comes after, Vayipach be'apav nishmat chayim, the Creator is investing me with this unbelievable light, is to be a conduit to the world, to bring life to all our world and the parts of it that are dead. And what does dead mean? Of course, unfortunately, also on a physical level, but darkness and disease and wars and death. That is not alive. That is a world that is dark, that is not being sustained by humanity, that is not being sustained by you. This is the call of the Creator to us today. Vayehi ha'adam lenefesh chaya, become alive. Real life. The real life. It was when you wake up every single morning and you know, I am being given this unbelievable light from the Creator for one purpose. To go out into the world and breathe new life with the breath of the Creator that is now invested in me and every single person, in every single part of this world. That's what we ask for. Why do we need the light from beyond? Not just, as we said before, for the impossible situations, but because we want to be alive. We want to be alive. We want to be a nefesh chaya. And that comes with the singular consciousness. Just as the Creator breathes life into me, my task in this world is to breathe life into others that are in darkness, that are in need, that are in disease, that are in death. This potential is revealed on Rosh Hashana like in no other time of the year. If you don't draw this today, it would be very difficult to live a true life in this year. I read these words, which again, as I said, very inspiring for me, and hopefully for all of us. On Rosh Hashana, Bo tzafun garin apele lechidusho shel olam. Concealed, hopefully will be revealed on Rosh Hashana, the miraculous seed of the rejuvenation of the world. I'll repeat that again because that's hard to say. I know I'm sharing many important ideas, but keep this in mind. On this day will be revealed the seed of rejuvenation, for the seed, the miraculous seed for the rejuvenation of our world. This is what is available, but we have to desire it. Truly, truly desire it, which means, and you need to say, I do not want a year within which I am not alive, within which I don't wake up every single morning knowing that I have been invested with the spirit of life, so that I can then go and invest it in every single person and every single part of our world that so desperately needs. Our world needs a rejuvenation. And it's not going to happen from anybody else except from me and from you that live with that consciousness. In our connections that we will be saying later, we will be connecting to later, and hopefully we can bring it up here. We speak about this responsibility that we have. Kol Yoshvei Tevel, all people who live here in this world. Kinsones Harim Tir'u, as you see the heights of the mountains, you will see the light, they will see, reveal to them the light of the Creator. Uchitkoa Shofar Yishmau, and as the voice of the shofar, which represents this life force that we are responsible to give over to the world, they will hear it. When they hear it, our world is rejuvenated. Our world is lifted out of the darkness, out of the wars, out of the pain, out of the suffering, out of the death that is our world as we know it. So as we yell these words together I want all of us to be begging the Creator. And again, as I said, I want all of us to be thinking about these words. These are the worlds within which these words are worlds. These are the worlds within which we need to live. So yell this together again with a desire to truly live this year. And living this year means that you understand that the reason you are being invested with the Creator's breath of life is to invest the world with a new life, with a new breath, with a new world. So yell this together. Kol Yoshvei Tevel V'Shochnei Aretz Kinsoa Nes Harim Tiru Uchitkoa Shofar Tishmau. And I'll just end, if we can bring it up. We have Hashem Tzvakot Yagen Alehem, my favorite part of our connection. We say, Hashem Tzvakot Yagen Alehem, with this light that we're going to invest into the world, they will receive the protection of the Creator to them. Hashem Tzvakot Yagen Alechem, the light of the Creator will protect you. Hashem Tzevaot Yagen Aleinu, the light of the Creator will protect all of us. So as we will say this together, we'll say it after me because it's not up there. And again, that the culmination of the work of our lives that we are doing today will be to bring light that surrounds every single being, every single person in this world. Adonai, Tzevaot, Yagen, Alehem. Adonai, Tzevaot, Yagen, Alechem. Adonai, Tzevaot, Yagen, Aleinu. May we all be blessed to truly receive the spirit of life from the Creator, to be reunited and connected to the Mekor HaChaim, to receive the light from beyond, and to live finally in this year, investing all of our world with the life breath within our soul that comes from the source, transforming our world and bringing the seed of rejuvenation to a new reality where truly light and life and peace prevails across our world. Shana Tova.
Well, everyone, that was a pretty deep, lengthy, and informational packed lecture from Michael Berg to, again, help us to prepare for next week, Rosh Hashanah. This is the schedule for next week, Monday. All right. The connection begins at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Monday. That is 5:30 p.m. in Jamaica. And there's a pre-event consciousness by Eitan Yardeni, again, just preparing us for what is ahead. There will be the men's evening connection at 7 p.m., which is prayer, so that's 6 p.m. Jamaica. And then the welcome lecture from Michael and Monica Berg at 6:30 p.m. Jamaica, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. And then a full day on Tuesday and a full day on Wednesday. Morning connection beginning at 8:30 a.m. in Jamaica, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Consciousness lecture at 10 a.m. Jamaica, and then 11 a.m. Torah reading. And then an hour after that, at 12 p.m. is the shofar horn blowing, which is what you don't want to miss. Okay? Yeah, this is next week, friends. This is your opportunity to start anew cycle. So again, my name is Joshua, and this is Diaspora Connection featuring Kabbalah for Jamaicans. If you'd like to participate or just connect, make a connection to the Rosh Hashana cosmic opening, just give me a call on the WhatsApp, country code +1 516 965 5700. Again, country code +1 516 965 5700. Or you can go to our website, KabbalahForJamaicans.com. That's KABBALAH, the number 4, and Jamaicans, JAMAICANS. www.KabbalahForJamaicans.com. So, not sure if we're going to have a program next week, Tuesday, because it will be Rosh Hashana. More than likely not, but for those of you who are listening to World Vibes, if I come on, it will be a a treat for me as well. Yeah, so that's it. We're in the final stretch. And I would like to thank all of my listeners. Remember, this is a science and not a religion. So it's an opportunity. No guilt, no pressure. It's what your vessel can handle. Actually, I think I'll be on Sunday night for our Zohar reading, and maybe I'll give another opportunity for people to get the phone number and to call in for the link. All right. Until next time, friends. Walk good. One soul. Blessings and light to you. Bye-bye.
Yo, check this out.
This is Natty King, the man from the East, and you're listening to the World Vibes Radio.